Who do you think is the greatest warrior in history? These are my top four. I've done the greatest swordsmen in history, I've done the greatest military generals in history, but now it's the full package. Who's the greatest warrior? I have got Adrian Carton Duwat, the unkillable soldier, Salahuddin, the Sultan of Egypt and Syria that retook Jerusalem in the Crusades, King Leonidas of the 300 Spartans that stood against the Persian army, and Spartacus, the slave who became a gladiator, the gladiator that took on the might of Rome. For Adrian Carton Duwat, the unkillable soldier, I'm just going to read you a little bio, and that's going to tell you everything, why he is, in my opinion, in the top four greatest warriors. He served in the Boer War, the First World War, and the Second World War. He was shot in the face, the head, the stomach, the ankle, the leg, the hip, and the ear. He was also blinded in his left eye, survived 2 plane crashes, tunneled out of a prisoner of war camp, and tore off his own severely injured fingers when the doctor declined to amputate them. Describing his experiences in the First World War, he wrote, "Frankly, I had enjoyed the war. The guy, absolute warrior." Salahuddin is such an icon of the medieval period. He rose to become the Sultan of Syria and Egypt, and like I said, he retook Jerusalem, the Holy Land, from the Crusaders. Not only a great commander, warrior, he was also very merciful. He is said to send his physicians, his doctors, to his enemies, to the leaders, when he heard that they were suffering from an illness. I remember reading about King Leonidas and the 300 Spartans when I was a young child. My dad telling me about it, the film, the 300 Spartans, the old school film. And I fell in love with this history. That's why I did my degree in classics. And for me, King Leonidas standing with his men and a few thousand other people as well, not just 300 Spartans, but facing an army of hundreds of thousands and standing his ground until he was cut down himself. Great leader, great warrior, he deserves to be on this list. Spartacus, probably one of the most famous names in history. He was a gladiator, he was a Thracian gladiator, and he went on to revolt against the Romans, and he took an army and actually defeated the Romans in battle. He was eventually defeated, but his story has been told many times, especially in the TV show Spartacus, one of my favourite TV shows ever. I absolutely loved